Hey, what's going on today, guys? Today I am super excited for this review. I think you guys are gonna absolutely love this one. And let me know in the comments below what you guys pick, which Porsche is your favorite. And we'll, whichever one wins in the comments, we'll do a full breakdown review of that car. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so we got all of the Porsches here, and we got the owner, Matt. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
Awesome.
So this is a pretty nice man cave you got here.
I appreciate that.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty extensive man cave you have here. So
oh yeah.
What's the theme? I don't think I can tell.
It's Lamborghini, if you haven't noticed.
Ah,
Big
okay.
Lamborghini fan, you know. One of my favorite cars.
So many Lambos.
Oh man, tons of them. I think I got one picture somewhere in here. It might be a Lamborghini. Not.
We'll find it. Okay.
Oh. See, I can tell, if you can't tell, I like Porsches. You know?
Okay.
This is my 2000 model Boxster. That's my first Porsche I ever bought. I've had this car for 15 years now.
Wow.
About to clock 200,000 miles on it here really soon. Getting pretty close. So
okay.
I drive it and enjoy it and use it quite a bit.
Okay.
She's my baby. I've done a lot of work to this car. Pretty much everything mechanically has been pretty much replaced and upgraded over time.
Okay.
Cool quirk thing about this car is it's mid-engine, so you get a front trunk and a back trunk, and the engine sits right behind the seats.
Okay. So this is like, this would be your Porsche for like just easy cruising, going golfing, stuff like that, you'd say?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a good cruiser, Sunday cruiser. I've actually got this thing sitting on a fairly similar to a GT3 suspension setup.
Oh.
So it's more of like my autocross. It's a little sports car.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I see you driving the Boxster hard.
Dude,
okay.
Absolutely. And most people don't realize this, you know, until we get in this car and go for a little spin. It's just like, holy smokes, this thing handles better than any other Boxster I've ever ridden in. So I'm like, maybe a little bit.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. That's way cool. And I see this one's red. This one's not red.
It's not red. So this is technically my wife's car. She had to throw the whole theme off in here with all the red cars.
I see.
So this car is a 2002 911 twin turbo, 996.2 generation. So we've done a bunch of little modifications to it. We've got a bigger intercooler kit, different exhaust, basically an X pipe with a couple little resonators in it. Did a tune, cat delete. And it's got pretty close to about 600 horsepower in it. So she moves pretty good. And we bought it from the second owner. Actually, this is a Bringer trailer car, believe it or not.
Okay.
So we bought this on Bringer trailer about 5 years ago. Pretty cool car. And it's got the full red and black interior with the carbon fiber package. Ooh. So, which is really cool and really sharp. And it's a manual. All my cars in here are manual. It's the only way to drive a Porsche is you gotta have a manual. So. And
that's true. That is true. You know, if you're gonna buy a car that is built to be a driver's car,
right? You
know, that's what all Porsches stand by, is to be a driver's car. You have to get it with a manual. I mean, you can't really much anymore.
I know.
You can a little bit, but that also costs like what, $700,000 to get like a 911 ST, GT3 Touring, stuff like that.
Yep.
But you can go a little bit older.
Hey, the 992.2 GT3s, they said they're still gonna be a manual on them.
Ah.
You know? So for $250,000, you can get into a manual.
I mean, hey, whatever you got to pay.
That's it. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then we got my 76 911S Targa.
Ooh.
This is a pretty cool car. It's the first year of the galvanized bodies, which is kind of a quirky little thing on this one. This car, the interior is completely original, which is called russet red interior, black and red combo, which is really sharp. The only thing I've changed is the Prototipo Momo steering wheel. It's the black edition. And then I put a Wevo short shift kit in there. And it's a pretty cool car. This car came out of Mississippi. It has a 3-liter engine in it. The 2.7 crept out somewhere down the road. So I ended up getting a 3. It came with a 3-liter. And it had broken headstones in it. So we ended up having to do a complete engine rebuild on it. And transmission, we just went ahead and rebuilt that as well. It had some little weird issues, and everything on this car pretty much mechanically has been pretty much replaced. Even the brakes, suspension, axles, all that kind of stuff. So I love the ducktail on this thing. So it's just kind of quirky. And I've actually got the flat back for it too, and I've also got the speed tail, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's kind of like the 930 turbo whale tail, but it's called the speed tail. A little bit different, but I've got that for it too in the same color, guards red.
Okay.
So. And it's got the carburetors on here, so it did a fuel injection delete. Went back to old school carbs. And then this is my 1989 911 Carrera 4 964. So this is the first year of the 964. It's also the first year of all-wheel drive in the 911.
Really?
Yes. And then the cool thing, it's also a twin plug engine, which is also stock. No modifications really have been done to the engine. It's completely bone stock. It had about 15 years ago, right before I bought it, it had a complete reseal on the engine and the transmission with a light flywheel and a GT3 clutch. And that's in the sport exhaust, and that's about all we've done like modification-wise to it. Guards red paint. If you can't tell, I like Guards red, a little bit. Even the paint on the wall actually is the closest sample I could get to Guards red. I took a body panel up to Home Depot and said, hey, I need you to scan this code because Porsche actually makes colors. You can order a bunch of their colors per paint walls, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, but they don't make Guards red. They do like Irish green and shark blue and all this other cool stuff, but they don't do like Guards red. So I took a body panel up and they scanned it. So this is the closest we can get you to Guards red.
Oh my gosh.
And this car's cool. I've got the window sticker for it sitting over on the wall in a frame. It was like $78,850 or something like that when it was new. And I've got all the service records back to new on this car from 1989, which is pretty cool. And yeah, feel free to open the door if you want to show them inside.
Yeah, such a beautiful car.
Pretty cool interior, really nice black and white two-tone, super sharp. This is my favorite car. Definitely my favorite car for just for driver enjoyment and cruising. You gotta slam it a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
I do?
I know. Here, listen to that nice, authentic door handle though. Give it a little slam. These people have the ringtones of this click. They have like a text tone. Everybody loves those 911 clicks. Yeah, they're solid metal, so you got to give them a little slam.
Wow. And then it looks like we have a neglected one up there.
We do. It's I'm having to rebuild the steering rack right now in that car. That's my 1985.5 944. So in 85 they had a split year. They had the early gen 944 and then they had the later model 944. So that's the later model. So it's got the more updated interior and stuff like that in it. And it's an awesome car. I got that on Facebook Marketplace for like $5,000. And I was like, man, it's a great little car. And they were kind of going up in value at the time. I was like, I got to snatch this. This would be just fun to own. Okay. I never liked the 944s until I drove that. And I was like, I really like this car. This is a blast. And I became a believer. So I was like, what do I want to do with it? Do I want to make it an autocross car? I want to make it just a daily? What's something fun I want to do with this car? So I ended up let's do a Safari conversion to it. So I got the lift kit on there, 2-inch suspension lift. Got the little Yakima roof rack on there, put the light bar, got all the rally lights in the front, got a sport exhaust on it, got the all-terrain tires, just a little bit of everything I kind of touched on this car, and it's a blast. It's only got a 4-cylinder, but the engine sits in the front, transaxle sits in the back, so you get a really good weight distribution for just gliding over everything. Okay. And I have never gotten this car stuck, believe it or not. I mean, I haven't got it stuck to where I was stuck in a rut or something.
Yeah.
I had a coolant leak happen, and I ended up getting stranded, so I couldn't fix it, so I had to have it towed home. But like getting it stuck on the dirt or sand or rocks or anything like that, it's never been stuck. It's always done really well, even in the mud. I've slung a ton of mud all over that car, and it's always got me out. So it's a blast.
All you high schoolers, instead of buying a ratted out truck, buy one of these.
Yes, there is no substitute. You got to get a Porsche 944. You can't beat it.
It's true.
And they go up in value versus your trucks go down in value,
See, only pluses. We're only doing pluses from here.
That's it. And they're great gas mileage. You get 30 miles to the gallon out of that thing.
There you go. All right, so Matt, we have a lot of Porsches in here. As we obviously just saw, we walked through each one of them. Which is your favorite to drive?
Ooh.
If you had to pick, we'll put it this way. If you had to pick one key to keep forever, which key would you pick?
Yes. Ooh, that's going to be a hard decision here, which car I'd pick. It depends on what are we driving? What are we doing? Are we just going on a cruise? Are we racing at the racetrack? Are we going off-road? What are we doing?
Let's pick a cruise. Let's just pick a nice little cruise.
Okay, nice little cruise. It's going to be that 1989 911 Carrera 4 right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's my favorite daily cruising car right there, just to go enjoy and just cruise around in. If we're going to go to the track or autocross, my Boxster. I just got it mid-engine, set up on a nice suspension setup. It's perfect for that. If I want to just go fast and rip it, the turbo. That's definitely going to be my favorite for that. Just to go fast, just crazy, have some fun with speed, ripping around corners. That's it. If I just want a nice Sunday driver to cruise in, 76 Targa, just a really nice cruiser. It's not a super fast car, but it's light and it gets up and goes. And if I want to do something for the wintertime and the snow, we're going to do the 944. So, and a road trip, we've got a Cayenne turbo diesel as well. So
there you go.
That's the road trip
There you
car.
go.
Yeah.
See, that works quite well. And hey, you know, all of these cars are simply just designed with each of these things in mind, right? Wouldn't you say so?
I think so.
I think, you know, this turbo is designed to be fast, right? Each of these are not, you know, they're not the fastest cars in the world, right? You know, these aren't the ultimate track weapons, but this is something you go and enjoy on the weekend, right?
Sure.
It's something that you take a lot of great and amazing care of, and that's something that we gotta love about Porsches, right? Is, you know, that's how we share the love with others, is by taking them out, driving, and putting miles on each and every one of these. And so that leads me to the next question: which one of these cars have you driven the most?
Ooh, okay.
Because you said this one's got what, 200,000? You said again?
Oh, we can look and tell you.
Pretty close to.
I don't have the keys. I think it's got like
okay.
198,000 miles.
Oh
I think this year is going to hit the 200,000 mark on this car.
Okay.
So definitely the one I've driven the most is this car. Well,
Okay.
it's going to be close between this and our Cayenne, because our Cayenne's our road trip car. We did several 5,000-6,000 mile road trips on that thing.
Okay.
So, but for the sports car versions of the Porsches, this is the one I've driven the most.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would make sense. That would make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And so one thing that you, especially being a big, huge Porsche enthusiast, obviously, right here with all of these amazing cars, how reliable are they?
Extremely reliable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, kind of walk us through it, like, because obviously we can tell that a lot of these aren't, you know, the newest one right here is what, 2001?
2002.
2002, right? That's what, 23 years old now.
Absolutely.
And they're still really reliable?
Yeah, this car has never left me stranded and not had one issue in all the years of ownership I've owned this car.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's bulletproof. You know, actually, this car, after we got it mechanically in good shape, it's never really left me hanging. It's been really solid, reliable now that we get it tuned and dialed in right. The 964's only ever actually one time left me. I didn't even have to have it towed, actually. Now we're thinking about it, I had the airflow meter in that thing. It kind of controls how much air goes in the engine and stuff. So if it goes bad, you start having issues with the engine's going to run really bad. It's like you're choking out your carburetors or something, you know, and it's just trying to die. It started doing that to me one day. I couldn't figure out what was going on with it. And I ended up having to, I thought I was going to have it towed. And the tow truck driver came over and was like, man, I really don't have the boards and stuff to pull this thing up on my flatbed. If it's running, I can follow you and not charge you for the tow to wherever you want to work on it. And at the time, I had a buddy of mine that works on Porsches. So he ended up following me, and the car still got me there. It never left me hanging. It still would have got me home if I needed to. And then this car I've had to have towed a few times. But it's got a lot more miles. You know, I've had it for a lot longer. You know, and I had to get a lot of things fixed on it when I first bought it. You know, second or third hand Porsche owner. You know, people didn't do the maintenance they should have done on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they've all been, you know, now that I got this one dialed in right and got everything fixed on it, it's been fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, it's always cranks up, always gets me home. And actually a funny story on this one. So that car, I was going to Porsche Palooza, oh man, this is probably 7 years ago. And the day we left to go up there, we had to drive up through the Ozarks. Beautiful drive, by the way. Hit a bad thunderstorm. Started pouring rain. My air conditioning doesn't work the great at the time. I hadn't have it recharged, and the windows are fogging up. Well, all of a sudden the engine started going like dying, trying to go up the mountain, and I was like, oh boy, like my engine or something bad's gonna happen, or I don't know what's going on with it. And it was like misfiring, multiple misfires. Couldn't figure out what it was. Pulled over, still running. Let it just kind of sit there for a few minutes. Kept driving, and it just lost like half its power. Didn't know what it was. Finally get to Porsche Palooza because I didn't have any options. We had no phone service. It was in the pouring down thunderstorm. It's like midnight. We're trying to get there for the first event day the next day. We got there the next morning, cranked up, nothing wrong with it. I'm like, what is going on with it? And Leonard, the guy who runs Porsche Palooza, works on Porsches. Really nice guy. He came and looked at it for me, and he's like, dude, you got a little nick in one of your spark plug wires. So it runs great, but when it got some moisture and rain down in there, it was misfiring. And that's all it was spark plug wires. But it still got me there, and it got me all the way home. You know?
Okay.
So, I guess it's a nice thing for a twin plug engine. You know, at least you have two spark plugs per
Yeah,
cylinder.
hey,
so it was still running.
Hey, it was still going well enough that it got you there. That's for sure.
It did. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So last and final question before we get going.
Yeah.
For someone who's looking to buy a Porsche, someone who, you know, is just trying to get into the platform, someone who's looking for something like this, what would be your recommendation? So let's give you a price range of about, I don't know, let's give about 80,000. I would say that's good for a Porsche. That's really good because you want to go and get a nice one. You want to get one that'll run really well and something that you can enjoy for years and years to come. Yeah. For $80,000, what would be the Porsche you would recommend?
That's a hard one. You know, if you want something that's going to last a long time, you're not really going to have to do a lot of, you know, per se crazy maintenance to it and upkeep. I think I'm going to go with the 996.2 turbo.
Really?
You know, it's got the Mezger engines in them. They're bulletproof solid. Everybody freaks out about the 911s having the IMS bearing problems or bore scoring issues, and the air cools can have broken head stud issues. They really don't have a lot of issues on these cars. You know, they're extremely solid and they're very affordable for, you know, that price range. You know, you can get a nice 996.2 coupe manual like this for around the 70,000 range.
Really?
With fairly low miles on it.
Okay.
So for a nice stock one that's clean and well taken care of, I mean, that's a really sweet spot for Porsche for what you get out of it. You know, power, you know, reliability, enjoyment, you know, and just great air conditioning, and it's just got everything you want for around that price range.
Okay.
I feel like that's going to be a sweet spot. If you want to go a little more, a little over 80, a 997, which is a lot of people don't like these because of the headlights, but the 997s have the more updated kind of body looks, and you can get a nice turbo for those around a little bit over 80. Okay. You know, somewhere right around there. So that'd be a really good one too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be it. And if you want to look at a cheaper price point, you know, say under 30 grand, 987.2 Cayman S.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really solid car. Not a lot of issues from 09 to 2012 in the Cayman S's manuals. And I feel like that's a really sweet spot for 30 grand. You just can't really beat them, you know. Okay. Awesome cars.
Oh, well, sweet. Well, Matt, thank you so much for taking us around and getting to look at all of your amazing Porsches you have in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was such a blast to be able to sit and talk about each and every one of these and all the stories behind each and every one of them. And if this isn't your guys' sign to not only buy a Porsche, but go buy a sports car, go enjoy your life, and go and get the smiles that you see every time you drive past a group of kids and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a Porsche driving right by. You know, those are the things, those are the reasons why we do what we do, and that's why we buy such crazy fun, overly expensive for no reason cars, right?
That's right.
And it makes everything a lot more fun. But with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, and like I said in the beginning, comment which of these cars is your favorite, and we'll do a full entire 15-minute walkthrough video of that entire car. We'll take it out for a spin. We'll see how it feels on the road, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
And there is no substitute.
Okay.